What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another episode.
Mhm.
Today we'll be chatting about another show that we've been watching, and I'm sure a lot of you have also been watching it. It's season 8 of Love Island USA.
Yeah.
Pretty big bomb drop last night with the final couple, so just kind of wanted to chat about our thoughts and
Yeah,
feelings on the
essentially the
season.
show
So
ended last night. The show ended last night for sure.
yeah,
The people, first of all, never trust Americans with a vote, obviously. Number two, the producers are literally manipulating everything behind the scenes. It has just been like people have lost the plot of the show
yeah,
completely.
100%.
The whole plot of the show is to pick the most compatible couple to win or put them in a chance to win 100K. Tell me how, America, one couple, Zach and Kata, right? Or is that his name, Zach?
Yeah.
Zach and Kata. He lives in Australia. She lives in New Hampshire. Please, America, tell me how they are one of the most compatible couples. Okay. Yeah. Second of all, then you've got Bryce and Trinity, the best actors in the world. Tell me how an 8-year age gap, living across the country, never dated people of each other's race. Tell me how that will work. Tell me how they're most compatible. Tell me one conversation they've had that proves their compatibility.
What conversations have we?
They talked about the distance one time, and Bryce was just like, "Oh, yeah, it will be good."
You'll come to LA. That's where you're supposed to be anyway.
Literally.
And she was like,
What?
where is she? Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
literally
think
other side of the
Pennsylvania.
country. Like
So
Americans do not think when they get to the voting. When any type of voting is involved, Americans do not use their brain.
yeah, well, I feel
That is
like
what I'm convinced
it's
of now.
become more of like a who's my favorite like person, you know,
And
like
less about
less about the couple of like who do
yeah,
you actually like as a couple, because
facts.
Melanie and Sincere, I'm sorry. I love Melanie. I think she's a great, like, she's one of the best girls in the villa for sure. And I can understand voting for her to win.
But
But
you are missing the whole point of the
exactly.
show, which is judging the compatibility between her and her
And
partner.
Sincere. And
Give me
voting
a
for her and Sincere as a couple to make it to the final,
laughable,
I'm sorry.
blasphemous.
You're like feeding a delusion.
Yeah, and this whole like core 4 clique, you guys are lame as shit. That is not what the point of the show is. Anaya and what's his name have no chemistry at all. She literally didn't choose him. The producers had to figure out a way to bring him back into the show. That is forced.
Yeah.
It is a forced connection. She literally did not choose him. And that is a staple of Love Island. The people who get dumped from Casa Amor don't come back.
Facts.
There's a reason for that. Carl added nothing to the villa on top of the fact his connection is a complete farce.
Yeah, 100%.
Cuck energy.
No, actually, because to your point, like sometimes they'll bring back someone from earlier on in the show and bring them into Casa Amor.
Facts.
But you don't bring Casa people back into the house.
We had no connection to Carl.
No.
So again, just another example of Americans voting for one person in the couple, Anaya, and not actually thinking about the entire premise of the show, which is the connection, love connection, not who your favorite person on the villa is, but who has the best actual connection. Love Island. I mean, it's just like Fan Island at this point. If actually Producer Island.
Yeah,
the producers.
You can tell based on the edits who they're trying to highlight and who they're trying to make
who they were
like
pushing,
the better couples.
Definitely.
You could definitely tell.
But we were peeping from early days how not deep any of these conversations were. They never showed conversations about Bryce telling us what he does with his life. Never showed him and Trinity talking about how they were going to integrate their lives together. Literally none of that. There was no actual in-depth conversation.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if Trinity even knows Bryce's last name. They actually don't talk about anything. Right. All of their conversations are, "Oh, I like you so much. I like you so much." It's garbage. Absolute garbage.
I know.
No connection. You can see their age gap from a mile away.
Well, like not only the age gap, but also, I mean, the distance that they live from each other.
I know.
Like
this
coming
beach
out
bum
of a villa. And then, you know, everyone's like DMs are going to be popping off. People are going to be recognizing them like at bars and going out and whatever.
He's already in LA.
You know, like
guys. Give me a break.
How on this surface level of connection, being that far apart from each other, is that going to work?
It's
How
just
is that going to
not. It's
progress
just
further?
absolutely
And
not.
she
What?
clearly does not want to move right now.
I
That
know.
was
She made
so
that so
clear in
clear.
what she was saying. And he was just like, yeah, that's where you need to be
I
anyway. And
know.
she's like,
It's like, okay,
oh,
yeah, she'll be
what?
out there for the reunion, but otherwise she's gonna uproot her life for you, Bryce. Like,
No
it's
way.
crazy.
Absolutely
And then the
not.
other one with that, Kata, with all the that
I know, I know. um,
they live on the other side of the
they
planet.
live on the other side of the planet. He lives in Australia. That's what did we
From
find out? A
England, lives in Australia.
14-hour time difference.
14
So
hours.
they'll have, we
A
did the
good
math yesterday.
we did some
They'll
math
have like maybe 6 hours of
to
interaction
communicate.
per day.
But let me guess, America, they're gonna make it work. Australia to New Hampshire. You're right.
Because it's like when he's waking up and starting his day, she'll be like getting off work. So she'll be wanting to interact and talk and call or whatever. And he's going to be like, I'm literally going to work right now. I'm
Babe,
literally
I don't know if these
starting my
people
day.
actually work.
Okay, well, whatever. All right.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, but I get your point. Like,
Thank
one is
you.
starting their day, one is
Yeah,
ending
like
their
he's going to
day.
be doing
It's a
stuff,
completely
whatever
different
work looks like
wavelength.
for
Yeah.
them.
How do
Yeah.
you actually grow a relationship like that? It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's just so unrealistic. But again, another example of Americans liking one person. They like Kata somehow, even though she was at the bottom of the votes last time. She somehow now, through complaining about KC, jumped the ratings. And then again, anyway, let me finish my point on Kata and Zach.
Okay.
They haven't. It's not going to happen.
No.
It will not happen. They will be arguably the
sorry.
first couple that breaks up as soon as they leave the villa, and I can't wait to see.
And if they make it work, good for them. Genuinely,
I have no
good
faith.
for them.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
whichever
we don't,
one
but
of
if
them
they do,
decides to uproot your life, go ahead and get that visa for a foreign country, move to said foreign country. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure your Love Island connection was worth it.
I know.
In your situationship, give me an absolute break. Very, very unrealistic. And again, showing that Americans have lost the plot.
Facts.
The entire premise of the show, will this connection work? Will it get outside the villa? So
no.
Removing KC and TT basically solidified that the entire premise of the show has been forgotten.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know Trinity and Bryce became boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. We've already touched on them. But like KC and Tierra just became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
They were in the top 4 in the last vote. Yeah. And Kata and Zach were in the bottom.
I know.
How did that switch after the whole like Kata and Zach just became exclusive and everyone was talking about it's just a situationship.
Yep.
So like how did we go from that to them being top 4 couples?
Yeah, and that's why, again, we can talk about why it was Producer Island this season, because the producers, rather than having America vote for their favorite couple, which is normally how it shakes out for the last 2 votes, they had us vote for our favorite 4 couples, and somehow they were able to deduce that people did not vote for KC and Tierra.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that it's an absolute farce. Had they had us vote for individual couples, I think it's a no-brainer who would have been up there.
Yeah.
And I, again, don't trust anything that the producers say or do at this point. Every tiny little clip we saw of KC and TT, they were giggling, laughing with their inside jokes, gossiping, having a great time, and they showed us minimal interactions with them. And every time it was all fun, all like good energy, good vibes.
Yeah.
And
they were also having deeper conversations as well. We saw a couple of their conversations
100%.
Talking about like the outside, talking about like how each other basically exemplifies what they would want in a person.
Yeah.
And like, all of those things, like actually giving you relationship vibes.
Yeah. Which was actually the point of the show, America, if you forgot. It was the connection. So we actually got clear sign of a connection. Meanwhile, we had, Kata and Zach just bitching about being in the bottom of the vote for 2 days, not talking about their connection or how they're what's up.
You can go. I was saying I have something to say.
Oh, okay. But yeah, just like they, again, no focus on their connection, no focus on how they're going to make the different distance work, no focus on any of that. But they were bashing another couple, and somehow that uplifted them into the final 4.
Doesn't make sense. And also, I can definitely understand like people were upset with how Casey was talking about Anaya and like talking about their connection. I can definitely hear that, but like him switching up in Casa does not make him a villain.
I know.
Have okay, like if you haven't watched Love Island before, that happens every season, just about. That happens
I
literally
know.
every season. Somebody switches up in Casa, they find a better connection. We can
It is the
clearly
entire
tell
point of Casa
he
Amor.
made a better connection Casa Amor.
Immediately.
That doesn't make him a demon. That doesn't make him a villain.
I
Like we
know.
saw the same thing. Corbin also switched up. He
Kenzie
wasn't, you
switched
know,
up. Like, come
Kenzie
on,
switched
guys.
up. Like,
Melanie kissed somebody. Like, why are
yeah,
we acting like there wasn't people exploring connections on both sides? They villainized KC for literally no reason, for doing the entire point of the show,
entire point of the
which once
show.
again is not about remaining in the couple you get in on day one. It's about finding your best connection. So
Yeah,
again, I really hope that viewers can reattach themselves with the entire premise of the show, which is people finding their best connection,
100%.
not staying with the person from day one
Right,
just to get a shot at $100,000.
right.
Bryce and Trinity.
But yeah, exactly. And it's just like Casey, and we hear women in Love Island talk about this all the time. It's definitely a double standard. But like Casey wanted somebody who came in and chose him.
Yep.
Women will talk about that all the time too. He obviously wasn't picked by Anaya at the beginning. I
Facts.
know that was
People
kind of
forget
beating a
about.
dead horse at a
Nah,
certain point,
it's a fact
but
though.
it's a fact. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
she
It
didn't choose
obviously
him.
came up a lot, but
And not
like,
only did she not choose him, she didn't choose anybody dark skinned. So think about what that would say to KC. Come on, let's be for
yeah,
real.
exactly. And so literally like Casey found someone who not only chose him from day one, also didn't make him feel like a horrible person for exploring other women in Casa Amor,
Yep,
gave him the freedom to be able to do that. And like, you could definitely tell he was feeling more like weight off of his shoulders.
definitely,
And like,
definitely.
I just think, yeah, he was villainized in a way that just isn't right.
Isn't fair.
Isn't
No, not at
fair.
all.
Yeah.
And I mean, very typical of America to villainize a black man for literally nothing. But yeah. So to KC, to Corbin, they formed a great friendship, a great bond. It was great to see. Way better than the forced, whatever Zach and Bryce have going on, their
Zach is
actual
not meeting the
relationship.
allegations.
No, he never
He is
will.
not
And I
meeting
mean,
the
like,
allegations.
like I've had friendships in college, teammates, stuff like that. Zach and Bryce are taking it to an entirely new level, and that it isn't actually like a deep relationship.
No.
What Corbin and Casey had, that's like a genuine like men's relationship where they
Yeah.
were able to share each other's like feelings, emotions, how they were feeling about their partners.
Yeah. But like
Yeah,
you can tell Bryce has started getting uncomfortable with like
some of
Zach
the Zach stuff.
because
Yeah, he
even in
has.
the
He
episode
has.
last night at the dinner, Zach said something about Bryce
Hmm.
like being part of his like favorite thing in the villa, and Bryce
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He was like actually taken aback, like
Yeah, he
shocked to hear
was.
that because Zach
Everyone
mentioned
was
him
talking about their
before Kata.
partners. Yeah, yeah.
And then he was like, haha,
Um,
just kidding.
well, right,
But it's like,
but again, it's just like the fact that even that has been highlighted as much as it has. Again, it just shows that even the producers, they're losing the plot of the show, right? Like if you're trying to show genuine bonds forming and building over time, like it's actually conversations where people are actually getting deep with each other. That emotional vulnerability is a true keystone of friendship versus just random sexual actions with each other.
yeah.
That sort of stuff isn't actually like showing a deepened bond of friendship. So Love Island also kind of tried to force that bromance on us, and nobody accepted it. No, nobody liked it. There was nothing about Bryce and Zach that I was like, oh yeah.
Great romance.
No,
Like,
yeah.
no.
Every time I saw him on screen, I was like, oh boy.
Like, it made us uncomfortable at times. We were
Multiple
like,
times.
what's
What are y'all
happening
doing?
here?
Yeah. But hey, if you guys want to start your relationship after Love Island, please go have
Please
at it. And
do.
honestly,
We support
hey,
it.
Bryce might just get that 100K, so he'll have plenty of money to take that flight over to Australia.
No, I mean,
Um,
yeah, we support it if they do. But
yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with that at all. We've seen it on Love Island before with women, so I mean,
mm-hmm.
it's only a matter of time before two men like come out and go for each other on the show. So
Honestly,
we obviously have no issue with it. I guess it's just like you're stringing the other people along in the process. So either be honest or calm it down a little bit.
yeah, for real.
um, So yeah, I think them getting rid of, the most genuine couple with the best connection kind of ended Love Island for us. We did throw up a vote for Melanie and Sincere
Yep.
simply because of our love for Melanie.
Love Melanie.
At the end of the day, none of the relationships in the final four are genuine connections. None of them are actually going to last outside of the villa.
No.
That's my early prediction.
Yeah, fully agreed. And like we've been talking about this, it just feels like this whole season of Love Island has been super fake and disingenuine. Like I
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah,
didn't connect to any of the couples even from early on. Like I didn't feel
no,
like any of the couples really gave me this is a relationship. These two
nah,
people actually look like great together. Their energies mesh really well. Like
facts.
I didn't get that for
Yeah, and there was
anyone.
definitely no Serena Cordell, definitely no
No.
Miguel and
Leah.
Leah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely none of those
None
in
of
this
those.
season.
Yeah.
I think KC and TT were the closest. I think,
Agreed.
Casey and Corbin had the best bro bond in there. But as
Agreed.
far as like the couples themselves, outside of Casey and TT, there wasn't really anyone that, we backed. And obviously Casey and TT didn't get together till after Casa Amor
Right.
or in Casa Amor. So it was still like a pretty late couple to get.
Yeah. To
Um,
be like so far along in their connection.
yeah, and it just really highlighted again how forced the season was. I think last season they got feedback, that the public wanted to see less influencer types of people who kind of felt like they were already at the top of their game.
Yeah.
But I feel like this year they almost swung the pendulum back too far. They got people who were willing to do anything for the fame and thirst for the fame.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we've gotten this Trinity Bryce situation where people are literally acting for a month so that they can get a shot at $100,000.
Yeah.
Just because of what they know it gets. It gets you beyond the villa. It gets you brand
Brand
deals.
deals,
You'll get to be in
modeling,
these
like,
commercials that we
yep.
see during the advertisements on Peacock. So a lot of them, they came to the show with those dollar signs in their eyeballs. And I think that shows.
Definitely,
And I
yeah.
think it is even more obvious because of how much the producers were forcing certain people on us. It's
Yeah.
like the producers already ran their studies to see who would be the most profitable post show and started making
Started
sure those.
pushing those
Yeah, for
couples.
real. Like I feel
Yeah.
like they might have done it. They might have
That's
jumped the gun a little
honestly
bit.
not a bad
Shout. Yeah, I think it
hypothesis.
will be clear for me depending on how long it takes for the first ad to drop with one of these four finalists. As
Mm,
soon as we see that first ad, I think it's going to be very clear that they were working on that beforehand.
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I think that's a great point. Yeah, they definitely have their favorites in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Were you gonna say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, but yeah, I just for next season, obviously we're gonna watch Love Island UK.
Yes.
Couldn't watch both at the same time. Obviously, way too.
I would get too
Yeah,
confused.
too many
Too
names
many
and shit.
people.
It already
I can't
takes
do
it
it.
already takes a long time to
Yeah.
catch on to those things. So hopefully for next season with Love Island USA, the producers can take a ginormous step backwards and actually let the people on the show form and build the connections. My recommendation, Love Island, once again, on day one, when they get in there, before they couple up, have every MF on the show do a round of speed dating. Let's have everybody get to know something about someone else so that nobody forms these cliquey couples on day one that they think are supposed to stand the test of time. It
Mm-hmm.
is absolute
More
BS.
bombshells also.
I know
You did not bring in enough
they brought in
bombshells.
3 bombshells the whole season.
And like, yeah, literally three bombshells is crazy. Like we saw it with Soul because she was really the first one who like
Yeah,
came in and disrupted a couple.
I know. Yeah,
And then
I guess what's his name? Uh, the
what's his name?
the guy with Kenzie, her ideal type.
Oh, Caleb.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He came
was
in and
another one.
disrupted a couple, but
He came in at the same time as Soul.
yeah, but like, oh right, and so did Jen at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't really get
Worst
anything about
bombshell.
her. We didn't really get anything about her. But yeah, I say to say like you need to bring in more and more earlier on because
Exactly.
like the couples got too almost like scared to branch out at
Too
that point,
comfortable.
too comfortable and
Yeah.
like I don't know. They like locked in really early and then didn't let anyone in until Casa because then everyone went crazy. It was like strict parents. And then when you
Yeah.
go to college and then you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm free.
Literally.
That's literally what this felt like.
what happened. And yeah, it's just like the exploration element. It's like that is a normal thing when you get to a place like this in an environment like that. That's what you're supposed to do. So the fact that that was so demonized this year, as if the people on this dating show aren't supposed to date multiple people.
I know.
Relax. That is the entire point.
Literally, it's not supposed to be everyone who came in on the first day makes it to the end.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
just
supposed
never
to.
happens.
No,
that
this is honestly like the most like starting people that have made it to the end that I've seen in literally all seasons of Love
crazy.
Island. And yeah, the producers need to take a huge step back. They need to get people that are there for genuine reasons. This is the second season in a row which Love Island has casted women that have racial abuse stuff on the internet. So it's just like, please. Love Island, do better. You know that this stuff will surface when you cast people. Stop bringing in racists. I don't think it's that hard. You guys were toting the edge with Caleb a little bit, but you know what? We'll let it go. Stop bringing in people who have literally said the N-word on the internet. I don't think that that's very difficult.
If people can find that, you all need better social media searchers. I don't know what the hell they're called, but
just like the casting people. Yeah.
But you need people who are going to investigate people's backgrounds and what they've done on the internet and like scour for everything. Because how did two people who have in literally back-to-back seasons, and two people in this season, but also the last season, that have said the N-word?
Like in videos, in comments, like it is inexcusable. That's honestly from so Love disgusting. Island, and they put out that whole statement about Love Island is a all-encompassing place and a safe space.
Do better then,
and then literally do better. And then meanwhile, your hosts of After Sun were quite literally mocking quote from
Maya Angelou.
Just absolutely unacceptable. The hosts for After Sun were also the worst of the worst. I mean, After Sun, honestly, give us an Unseen Bits episode. Scrap After Sun. Please. After Sun has got to go. It is not worth it.
I'd much rather watch Unseen Bits.
Yeah, let's get some Unseen Bits, throw them in, take something from the UK. But yeah, what I was gonna say on the casting thing is that Love Island UK has been around for literally like 20 seasons now, or whatever they're on, for forever. Love Island USA is now on season 8. It is way too deep into the show to still be casting people who have a internet history.
True.
It's just unacceptable. The show is way too deep on for that to still be happening, honestly.
That's true.
And that reflects poorly on, once again, production, the directors, anybody, Peacock even.
Yeah.
It reflects poorly on all of them.
True.
So
anybody who's involved in
exactly
casting.
I would say, once again, Ian Sterling is fantastic.
He's so good.
He is honestly
so good.
Yeah, he's the best commentator in the game.
Yeah, really. He does such a good job.
Facts.
Like always, when he says something, you have to key in on what the scene is, what's about to happen in the scene. And then he's like teeing it up. Such a good job.
Honestly, without that commentary, the show would be unwatchable. Literally. You need Ian Sterling's commentary. Truly. So he does a fantastic job. It's great that they have him for US and UK, because
we're lucky for that.
Yeah. No one does it like Ian
does
Sterling.
So good.
He gets a special shout out because Ian Sterling is fantastic. Apparently the host even got nominated for an Emmy for hosting Love Island.
Okay, Ariana.
I know. I guess great for her. Again, she's obviously not really involved in any of the corruption stuff going on behind the scenes.
I mean, we know the hosts just get thrown out there.
I know, and get told their lines.
You go say this. Like we saw in that show Unreal. They're like, we don't tell you anything. Just shut up and say your lines.
Exactly. Yeah. So good for her. So I mean, again, the show definitely has popularity. But I think the issue is really going to be with like the younger people who are just starting to get into Love Island and don't really understand, again, the premise of the show, which is not just a popularity contest, but actually supposed to be aiming to find the couple with the best connection in order to reward them with $100,000 for forming that connection so they can invest in their connection going forward. So again, that is the premise of the show, America. It's not a popularity contest. And I think we really need to focus back in on like the concept of the show. Otherwise, this is going to turn into another Love is Blind very soon. Which would be extremely sad.
Overproduced.
Yep. Force. Terrible characters. I mean, it's just pretty disappointing this season. And yeah, I mean, we definitely are kind of cooked on that. I really don't care about the final dates at all.
Oh no.
I'll wait for Twitter to tell me who won.
Tierra and KC, we are supporting you.
Yeah, that's the
We can't
one.
wait to see. We're really hoping.
I know, facts. Yeah, I really hope for their success.
Yes.
Same even with like Corbin and Pramita. I
Yes.
think Corbin
Mhm.
was
We
a
gotta see how they're
largely
doing.
misunderstood character.
Definitely.
And again, another sign of the production influence was that the AI Corbin jokes that were running on Twitter got back into the villa somehow. And again,
Yeah.
highlighting production getting into the show and telling people what was trending and shit, which is so lame. But yeah, like Corbin was a very misunderstood person. I feel like he had a lot of depth to him,
Mhm.
and was a very emotionally intelligent person, which we actually found out through those conversations with KC and even some of those conversations he had with Sincere.
Mhm.
So yeah, just again, pretty disappointing the way that production got involved and tried to make public enemies out of certain people on the
Yeah.
show. Meanwhile, they're toting a message of love and acceptance on their main pages, while quite literally inciting bullying and abuse for people online
Yeah.
via their After Sun hosts and via their own posts on their main page. So yeah, I think Love Island USA needs to do a little look in the mirror this season, take a look at everything that went wrong, which was a lot,
A lot.
and make some adjustments for next season.
Yeah.
Because I think the viewership it's going to go down. I think, I mean, we're going to see. I mean, I obviously don't have insight on the numbers, but
No,
viewership
yeah.
is going to go down if they continue this trend. They're definitely ruining their brand.
Yeah. Fully agreed. Yeah. I'll be curious to see what happens next season.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do a next season. People watch. So
yeah, people watch for sure. But
we'll see
but
how
we'll
they
see.
do.
Yeah, we'll see. They need to do better with casting.
Way better.
Need
with
to
casting.
do better with, you know, more challenges, more bombshells, less
More
guilt,
bombshells,
less
please.
freaking trying to villainize people over something.
I know. Because if
Yeah.
you wanted Married at First Sight, then go on that show.
For real,
If
this
you want to
ain't
be
maths.
locked in right at the beginning,
Facts. Or Love is
Go.
Blind even. You
Love
know
is
what I'm saying? If you
Blind.
want to see like micro dating and then lock in, Love is Blind is for you. But please stop ruining Love Island with these terrible votes in this popularity contest. That is quite literally not the premise of the show.
Facts.
And both the producers and America got it wrong this season and have ruined it.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, so those were our thoughts on Love Island USA season 8. It is on Peacock with ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right. Honestly, one of the worst seasons of Love Island I've seen, but of the people we like, shout out KC and TT.
Shout out KC and Tierra.
Yeah.
So if you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.